Hey, what's up guys, this is Neeraj and welcome to another video. Today we are reviewing the OnePlus 7 which I am using from the last 10 days and I am really liking this device, and there are a lot of things which are actually very good considering the price of 33,000 rupees. So in this video we are checking the OnePlus 7 in depth. So ladies and gentlemen, I present you the review of OnePlus 7. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight to the video. As always, let's start with the design first. So the phone is very much identical with the OnePlus 60 with the very few little changes, like the camera hump is little bigger than the previous generation. Both the front as well as back side of the phone is covered with the Corning Gorilla Glass 6, which adds to the sturdiness of the device. These glasses are held together with the metal frame, which gives the overall device a flagship class finish. I really love the design under the price segment of 40,000 rupees. The back is tapered towards the edges that makes for a snuggly grip. Then again, the glass is something that makes it prone to the fingerprints. So if you plan to use a OnePlus 7 without a cover, it is going to be a tough road ahead for you, keeping that gorgeous back smudge free. So overall, I think OnePlus retained their consistency in terms of designing their phone, and there is also no doubt that the build quality of this device is really the one which we can expect from a company like OnePlus. The screen on the OnePlus 7 is the same optic AMOLED panel that we saw on the OnePlus 6T. It looks plenty good and offers a range of calibration options to tune into your preferences. I like the out-of-the-box color tuning and I didn't really feel the need to make adjustments here. The display goes bright enough to be mostly visible outdoors, but a slightly higher peak brightness level would have been nice to have. The display might not match up with the gorgeous Quad HD Plus 90Hz Fluid AMOLED panel that you will find on the OnePlus 7 Pro, but it's still a great display. Colors are punchy, there is a decent array of screen modes, P3, sRGB, etc. And as it is an OLED screen, you get perfect deep blacks. It is one of the best quality display for watching Netflix shows and movies. The viewing angles of the display are very nice, and it is a 1080p display, so that the battery of the device also lasts longer than the OnePlus 7 Pro. What happens when you combine one of the fastest processor on the market with a lot of RAM and optimize it for speed? Well, you get one of the fastest Android phone around. The OnePlus 7 is blazing fast at any task you throw at it. From games to swiping around the UI or multitasking, there is no task too much for the phone. Coupled with the excellent software, you get one of the best Android experience. The RAM management too was generally great, and the 8GB of RAM proved to be perfectly adequate. The device performed very well while playing games like PUBG and Asphalt 9. The experience is very smooth and it is very rich with a good amount of graphics. Snapdragon 855 paired with the 8GB of RAM and UFS 3.0 storage makes this phone the fastest Android device of 2019. Most would say that the price to performance ratio is what makes the OnePlus phone so popular, and while this is not wrong, for me OxygenOS is the main reason that really sells the phone. It is an extremely clean, straightforward take on the stock Android with no gimmicks. All this addition comes across as a thoughtful addition. Running OxygenOS 9.5 based on Android Pie, the OnePlus 7 gets a few interesting new features like the Gen mode to help you disconnect from your phone, part of a great push towards digital well-being. The mode will disable everything except the camera and the ability to make emergency phone calls for a duration of 20 minutes. Once activated, there is no provision to turn it off and you are forced to disconnect from your phone. The built-in screen recorder is another nifty addition, and the OnePlus 7 carries over reading mode and the night mode to filter out blue light. The phone comes with 48 megapixel IMX586 sensor, 5 megapixel depth sensor, 16 megapixel selfie sensor. When I firstly started reviewing the OnePlus 7, the camera came across as one of the major weaknesses of the phone. As it turned out, after a series of updates, OnePlus improved it to the point where I can comfortably say that this is a good enough camera for majority of users. The phone is still not capable of delivering mind-blowing dynamic range like we have seen on the Pixel phones, nor it can see in the dark like the Huawei P30 Pro. The OnePlus 7 delivers an image signature that is mostly along with the lines of the Samsung and LG, which means slightly oversaturated and bright, seemingly ready to be tossed on the social media platform of choice. The phone has a reasonably good front-facing camera as well. The 16 megapixel sensor is able to capture good-looking images but doesn't do all that well in low light. Video recording tops off at 4K 60 frames per second and looked quite crispy. Compared to the Pixels, the video stabilization is not quite as good. OnePlus 7 comes with 3700 mAh battery and 20 watt fast charging. OnePlus did not change or update the battery when comparing to the OnePlus 7 to the last fall's OnePlus 60. Battery life is generally similar to the previous generation hardware. The phone lasts through about a full day of use. I regularly managed a little over 6 hours of on-screen time from the phone with a mixed use of social media, web browsing and making few calls. When it comes to top of the phone supports rapid charging that will fully charge the device in just 120 minutes. While not as fast as the 30 watt warp charge on the OnePlus 7 Pro, the OnePlus 7's charging performance is still quite impressive. The OnePlus 7, like the OnePlus 60, does not include a headphone jack. Instead, OnePlus would rather have you to buy their good pair of Bullets wireless 2 Bluetooth headphones. Moreover, you will have to either reuse an existing adapter or buy a new USB-C to 3.5mm audio adapter in case you wish to use your existing wired headphones. This time around, the phone comes equipped with stereo speakers. The wide earpiece at the top serves as the front-facing speaker. The downward-firing speaker located along the bottom edge serves as the second channel. The position is not ideal, but it does manage a bit of stereo separation. At half of the price of the flagship devices, the OnePlus 7 continues to offer incredible value for the money. Unlike the OnePlus 7 Pro, the OnePlus 7 is a flagship killer in true sense. It gives you the same performance and all the essentials that you have come to take for granted. Nothing about the experience of using the OnePlus 7 seemed second tier. Overall, the OnePlus 7 makes a lot of sense at the price of 33,000. Especially in markets like India, with the 7 Pro, you would be getting a fancier, better display, but other than that, the OnePlus 7 passes on the same experience. Just like the 7 Pro, the 7 has the latest Qualcomm flagship chipset, UFS 3.0 storage, stereo speakers, latest OxygenOS, and the same 48 megapixel primary camera. Moreover, the OnePlus 7 is more compact and handier than its Pro sibling. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I will be making few more videos on the OnePlus 7, so stay tuned on that. And if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.